Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. As you saw by the title of today's video, we're going to be doing an EDC Las Vegas Q&A. I asked you guys to leave your questions on my Instagram story and got some really good questions from you guys. And we're like, how many weeks are we away from EDC? Today's April 1st, so we're about a month and a half. Let me count how many weeks. We're like 7 weeks out from today. I'm going to be getting ready while I do the video because why not? Let me put my hair back. Okay, the first question is, what's the best time to arrive and leave every day? So if you don't know, there is opening ceremony from 5:30 to 7, and that's kind of where they have the main stage open and they'll do like performances and stuff like that. But the full festival isn't open during that time. The festival, you can't get inside the festival until 7 p.m. So it really depends on if you're wanting to see the opening act or not. If you are wanting to see that, I would probably get there around 4:30 in order to see the 5 o'clock. But as the weekend, you know, progresses and you get more tired, that might be more and more unrealistic. Personally, I would probably do it Friday night because that's going to be when you're going to have the most energy. I have only camped at EDC, so unfortunately I don't have like personal experience to talk about as far as like arrival and departure times. I have heard that the traffic is actually like terrible, and so you might just have to test it Friday. All I can say is I would try and get there an hour before you want to get there. So if you're wanting to get there at 9 p.m, strive to get there by 8 because things are going to take longer than you expect. That was probably like a terrible answer only because I haven't experienced it myself. But again, it really just depends what time you want to get there every day, like who you want to see first. I will say it's nice to get there on Friday early because it's going to be dark by like 8:30, and it's kind of nice to get a lay of the land while there is still sunlight. So maybe Friday get there early, and then Saturday and Sunday you can kind of probably get there a little bit later as you want, but make Friday a priority getting there on time. Also, as far as leaving, what time to leave, again, I don't know because I camped. But what I can suggest is at least one night you have to stay and see the sunrise. That's like one of the best parts about EDC, and some people don't get to experience that because they leave too early. So pick one night that you really will stay all the way until the end because that's a super magical experience. Sorry if that was like a weird answer. Moving on. Next question is, what was the weather like in outfit planning? The weather, EDC 2022, on Saturday and Sunday, it was actually beautiful, like beautiful weather, sunny, perfect. Even in the evening it was like not super cold. Hey, but Friday night it was massively cold, like cold and windy. I believe like Seven Lions set got messed up while he was playing, and stages his stage got messed up while he was playing, and stages got torn down and stuff from the wind. And so the wind was terribly cold. As far as outfit planning, my biggest tip is to plan for all types of weather. Plan for it to be really cold, but also plan for it to get really hot too. So the best way that you can probably do that is to bring layers, bring lots of pashminas, pack a big jacket just in case. And then if you end up looking at the weather like before you go and you realize it's not going to really be that cold, then don't take it. But I think it's better to be over prepared and to have like more than you think you'll need than to not have enough. So bring clothes like it's going to be really cold or really hot. You just never know with Vegas. Things can change really quickly. So, okay. Next question is, what do I have to see at the festival? And half is in all caps. Have to see. So you have to see the fireworks, girlfriend. That is literally, oh my gosh, the best freaking part about EDC is those fireworks. I've never seen such a thing. Like, they go on for I think 15 minutes, and it's like time stops. It's just actually insane. Like, I get chills thinking about it. You have to see the fireworks. One thing you have to see, and you have to see the sunrise one morning. We only stayed up once until sunrise. When we were at EDC, we were kind of like losers. No, I'm just kidding. We just were really tired, and I wish I did it more. I wish I stayed up longer while I was there. Yeah, you have to see the fireworks and you have to see the sunrise at least once. The fireworks usually go off around 1:15, I think. 1:15, something like that, which is a really poppin' time in EDC. So just make sure you're there each night. Maybe try and be in different locations around the festival. But the magical thing is a lot of people will plan for the fireworks to go off, like they'll specifically like go somewhere for it. But the most magical part is when you least expect it and you're doing something and then all of a sudden like you look up and it's just, you'll cry. Like you will cry. Trust me. I think I cried. This is so beautiful. Okay, next question. Is security strict? I feel like that's kind of like subjective. Like, you know, it just depends. It totally depends. Friday and Saturday night, the security was a breeze, super nice. And then Sunday, the security guard was a complete, like, so mean. And basically the story was, we had a case of stickers, like literal stickers, like a child would play with, like stickers. And he wouldn't let us take them in. Like literally took them from my bag and chucked them in the trash, threw it away. So yeah, security can be strict. But again, it's just a matter about the person that the line that you're in. My motto is if the line's moving pretty fast, chances are, where did my beauty blender go? Oh, chances are it's because they're not checking super thoroughly. So maybe go on a line that looks like it's moving pretty quickly. Another thing is like, girl, if you feel like you're worried about it getting found, hide it. Just hide it and don't even bother. Like, let's just be real here. Just hide it and move on. And I'm not only talking about hiding certain things, but there was a time that a guy threw my lipstick away because it was an unopened, it was an already opened can of, what am I trying to say? It was already an open thing of lipstick. So yeah, he threw it away and I was so angry. And to this day, I hide my lipstick because I just don't want to deal with it. So if you're in that same boat, yeah, just hide it, whatever. Next question. What is the crowd and vibe like? Ooh, so personally, the crowd and the vibe was like A+ all weekend. I've never had a bad experience at EDC Las Vegas with like the crowd, like I have had at other festivals. But to be honest, like any sort of festival is gonna have people every now and then that might not match your vibe and that might give you bad vibes. And that's okay. If the vibes are bad, just move on. Just go to another spot, find vibes that are good. If the vibes are bad, just create good vibes. Yeah, just create what you want. Be the energy you want to be around. And if someone is acting like a hooligan and you're just not vibing with it, just find another spot. Move somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Super easy. That's that. Next question. How do you plan your outfits? So I use Canva to plan my outfits because there's just so much you can do in Canva. And I like to make like a little mood board, like before I go, I'll make a mood board and I'll insert pictures that I've found, whether it's on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, whatever. I'll take a screenshot and I'll put it in there just as inspiration, like the vibe that I'm kind of maybe going for. And then I'll make separate pages in Canva where I'll like use the background remover tool and we'll like take off the fluff basically and style my outfits. And then you can input whether you already have it purchased, whether you need to purchase it. You can put how much it costs. Like there's a million things you can do inside of Canva. So yeah, I love planning my outfits. I've actually one time went to a coffee shop and planned my outfits and just sat there and just planned them. It's really fun to do. So I'm getting this everywhere. I never do my makeup right here. I usually do it in the bathroom. So yeah, use Canva, or I don't know what else you could do, but all I can think about is Canva. It's the goat. Next question. Tips on staying awake. Girl, you tell me. That was one of the hardest parts for me about EDC Las Vegas. It's hard to stay awake. And honestly, the only thing that I can really suggest is to plan to not get a lot of sleep. Don't expect that you're gonna get a lot of sleep because you're not gonna get a lot of sleep. Take cat naps as you can. If you are not camping and you're gonna ride the shuttle, sleep on the shuttle, sleep in your ride share. I guess if it's if you feel safe enough to do that. If you're with people, it's fine. But another thing that's going to give you lots of energy is to eat good food. That's going to supply you with like really good and natural energy and good nutrients and stuff. If you're eating decent, if you're eating a bunch of like just processed food, you're going to be more tired. So keep that in mind. I know it's really hard to probably only eat healthy, like trust me, I know, but just be mindful, do as best as you can, because that's gonna really help you. Take breaks, sit down if you need. Honestly, the power of a cat nap is insane. So take lots of cat naps, and again, just don't expect that you're gonna be well rested the entire weekend, because you're not. So that is part of the experience, so just enjoy it. Okay, taking these out now. All right, next question is, going with a rave group who has different music taste, what do I do? So this has happened to me before, and usually what I'll do is I'll just have my one non-negotiable, and I think every person inside of your rave group should have their one non-negotiable, and this makes it to where we're all respecting each other's like one main person or one main artist or whatever. So have your one non-negotiable, and be respectful of what your rave group also wants to see, and hopefully they'll do the same for you in return. If you have like different non-negotiables the same night at the same time, you just have to accept that you might have to split up, and it's okay. Make a meeting spot. Don't take it personally. We're human. Like, we're not meant to all 100% like love the exact same thing. So don't take it personally. Split up if you need to. It's okay. You have a whole weekend together, and yeah, just be real, be nice, and be respectful, and you'll be fine. All right, next question. My sister asked, what is EDC? She's not a festival goer, so it's Electric Daisy Carnival. Okay, next question. Someone said, I'm going alone, tips on meeting people. So EDC is like a swarm of possible friends, because if you think about it, they're all at EDC with you, which means like ding ding ding, y'all like have that in common at least. Y'all clearly both love music, so it's just a matter of going out of your comfort zone. So if you're going alone, my biggest tip is to talk to people, compliment people, genuinely, obviously, and just start conversations with people, because you never know, like, you never know where that could lead you. So another way is to obviously meet people at the stages that you like. So, I mean, at the artists that you like. If you're at your favorite artist and you see another girl like jamming out, chances are y'all are gonna love each other because y'all like the same music. So go talk to people, compliment their vibe, just be nice, and the universe will do its magic. We went to EDC last year and met some really beautiful, amazing people, and we wouldn't have done that had we not just like gotten out of our comfort zone and talked to them. And we ended up basically hanging out with them all Saturday night and like Sunday night, and it was an amazing experience because we met those people. It's crazy how much of an experience can change depending on the people that you're with. So don't be afraid to meet people, to make a rave group, to just get out there, get out of your bubble and talk to people. So yeah, don't be scared. If you're alone, I'm sure there's other people that are alone. You can meet a lot of people on shuttles. You can meet people in rideshare lines. You can meet people at the bathroom. You can meet people anywhere, okay? Like anywhere. It's possible. So just get out there. Be social. Okay, moving on. Last question. So this is the last question inside of EDC. Do you get scared shuffling with people you don't know, or shuffling in public in general? If you asked me this like a year ago, or year and a half or so ago, I would have said yes, absolutely. But I definitely just built up my dance confidence. Your confidence will grow the more you do it. EDC is the place to just go and be yourself. And if someone is worried about what you're doing, then like they're not worth our time anyways. So just don't worry about it. Just don't care what people think. Like it is actually that easy to just tell yourself, I don't care what people think. It's that easy. Like that's crazy, right? Yeah, you just have to do that. And the more that you practice, the more that you practice at home, the more confident you'll be dancing at shows. So practice at home, like do your homework. My latest video on YouTube is all about shuffling at music festivals, and I literally put my entire heart and soul into that video. So if you haven't seen that, finish this video and then go watch that video. But yeah, anyways, okay, now let's move on to camp questions. So if you're not going to camp and you're not going to keep watching, I love you, and I will see you at EDC. I'm so excited, and yeah, hope these questions helped. Okay, now for my camp babes. So pumped. Oh my gosh. Camp is one of those things that you either love it or you hate it. And I love it. I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna be crying like, I just at a hotel. But that's just part of it. That's part of it. Okay, first question. Packing must-haves for camping. Okay, so I don't want to go into like a full in-depth packing must-haves because that will take forever, but I will give you a couple like must-haves that like maybe you haven't already thought about. And the first one is do not bring a suitcase. I'm telling you, girl, don't do it. Do not do it. Because you're gonna do it and then you're gonna be like, I shouldn't have done this. Don't do it. Because EDC loves to put their stuff, their whole camp area on gravel, and there's not a way to go around walking on gravel. And when you're dragging your suitcase through the gravel, it's going to frick up your suitcase like it did mine. So don't bring a suitcase. Packing tip number 1, and bring tote bags. If you can get your hands on a wagon, get your hands on a wagon, but I know that that's kind of hard for people that are flying in and everything. Where is my brush? Hold on, there it is. Yeah, so don't bring suitcases, bring a tote, because everything that you bring, you're gonna have to carry to your tent. And there are some tents that it's a long walk, and it might seem like, oh, suitcase is the way to go, but you'd be surprised what your body can carry as far as a tote bag. That suitcase is like on a whole nother level of like boot camp shit. Like, don't do it. The next thing as far as must-haves would be a shower caddy. Make sure you bring something to keep your shower stuff in. I brought like, you know those small Lululemon bags that you get like when you buy something? I just use that because it can get wet. It's small and it folds up really easily and it's not heavy. So any sort of reusable bag even will work, just something that can get wet for you to transport your stuff to the shower and back. Speaking of showers, bring a towel. There are so many people that forgot their towel and I was shook. Bring your towel. And another thing that I can probably suggest, I purchased on Amazon a microfiber towel, and this helped keep the moisture off of the towel so your towel's not soaking wet, because if you have a soaking wet towel, you're gonna have to hang it outside and you don't want to bring it in your tent, and the microfiber towel dries a lot quicker. It's not as good obviously as like a normal towel, but it's good for camping. Shower shoes, you definitely want to bring some flip-flops that can get wet in the shower because that's just really nasty. I am like a freak about weird lighting. If the lighting is weird, like I can't stand weird lighting. So I brought a thing of string lights that I just plugged in the outlet there, and then I also brought the like star moon projector thing, and that was so cool. Like whenever you come back to your tent in the middle of the night and it's dark and you can have like the stars on, oh my gosh, do that. That will be like so amazing. Oh yeah, you need to bring a mirror. If you don't have like a transportable mirror, I will insert a picture right here of the mirror that I brought. And it is so compact, it is so easy to take with you, and it makes getting ready so much easier because they do have a getting ready tent, but we were at the turquoise lot when we went. And if you know, the turquoise lot was a new thing that they did last year too. It was like quieter, it was further away from all of the other amenities, and it was a pretty good walk to get to the main camp area. So I'm glad that I had my mirror so that every day I didn't have to go to the getting ready tent. There are bathrooms like in the middle, like under the stands that have like actual bathrooms and mirrors, but those can probably get busy and packed. And again, you'll just have to walk there. So if you have a mirror, you can just set it up in your tent or outside of your tent and get ready. And I think that's the most fun in my opinion, but definitely bring a mirror and then 2 locks. Don't forget your locks because you have 2 entrances in your tent and you'll want to lock the both of them every time you leave because there are thieves. Okay, next question. Best breakfast food. Ooh, chicken and waffles. They were so good, I kid you not. Oh my gosh, I'm now sweating thinking of them. The chicken and waffles were my favorite. They have like different flavors that you can get on the chicken. Obviously it's not super nutritious, but that was more of like a brunch thing, like a lunch vibe. But for us, we got away with lots of PB&Js. We did a lot of PB&Js for breakfast, and that was the vibe. And then we would go and maybe grab a coffee. There's really good fruit, smoothies. I'm definitely gonna be doing more of that this trip. And yeah, I would say the best breakfast food though is the chicken and waffles. They were really good. Like, I think hands down they were my favorite food at EDC overall. Okay, next question. What kind of clothes do people wear during the day? Ooh. Honestly, people are in swimsuits the most. Some people do dress up during the day, and you'll see more of that like Thursday, the arrival day, and then Friday. I would say as Saturday and Sunday approaches, you'll see more people dressed a lot more chill. Definitely people are wearing lots of swimsuits, just chill cover-ups, nothing crazy unless you feel like dressing up during the day. But you're gonna be really exhausted for that. Personally, I actually last year like planned outfits for each camp day or whatever, and I ended up like not wearing any of that because you just don't care. You're just like whatever, because you're gonna end up getting super ready and dressed for the festival. Like, why do it during the day? But just wear whatever, no one cares. Okay, next question. Advice on what food to bring. Yes, so we made the mistake of bringing a lot of cold food or cold items that need to be in a cooler. And we had those bag coolers, you know, and it just was more hassle than it was worth, I think. And so personally, I would just bring a lot of pantry food. So things for PB&Js, if you're, why did I say J's like that? Things for PB&Js. If you are able to get your hands on like a camping stove, you could bring things like macaroni and cheese, just any sort of like pastas. You could bring peanut butter crackers, like chips of some sort, pretzels, things like that. And then personally, I would just try and save money, or if that's not an issue for you, just eat the food there, because the hauling from your car to your tent with a lot of food is just not the vibe. Like, it's just not, unless you get lucky with a tent that's right there when you get there, which you won't know until you get there what tent you have. It's just, I don't know, it's just really hard to tell how far you'll have to walk. And so I personally would just bring more pantry items, granola bars, protein bars, things like that that don't have to be refrigerated. And that'll be good too, to just snack on and not worry about it having to stay cold. So PB&Js though were the GOAT. Like, that is just the best thing. And a trick that you can do is, instead of getting peanut butter separately and jelly separately, get the one that's like a swirl, because it's combined, and then that's all you have to worry about. Just don't forget like utensils, like plasticware, plastic knives. You might even need plates. We just bought like the cheap plastic plates from Walmart. We just bought 3 of them because there were 3 of us, and that's just what we used the entire time we were there. I'm going on a tangent of different things, but yeah, just pack a bunch of like pantry items. And personally, I would just eat as much as that to get full, and then if you really aren't feeling that anymore, just get something at the festival if you have the means to do so. If not, again, you can really get full on PB&Js. General packing advice. So like I already mentioned, do not even bring a suitcase. Other than that is to try and pack as light as possible, because again, you're gonna be the one hauling that back and forth, and it's just not worth it to be so heavy. I know shoes are a big part of a lot of festival goers, like, you know, outfits. For me, I like to just take one shoe and wear that because shoes can be really heavy. I also, just because I do shuffle a lot at shows, I have a really big preference with my shoes, and I'm just like a tennis shoe girl, so I can just bring one pair and keep that. But try and pack very lightly because, like I said, you're also going to be carrying food. You're also going to be carrying water. That's a big thing. I don't know if I missed that. The water at EDC, camp and EDC, it's literally like water coming out of the water hose. Like, it is just, it tastes disgusting. It's so bad. It almost makes me feel worse to drink it than like to drink, just not drink water at all. It is disgusting. I don't know if it's a Vegas thing or if it's just the way that EDC gets their water, but I would definitely keep getting water in mind and bring some water because you're gonna want it. Okay, best time to arrive to camp. So you can arrive to camp on that Thursday before EDC. As far as time goes, we got there probably around 3 or 4 when it was like the hottest time of the day. And that was pretty miserable. It was really, 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 really hot. And if I could do anything over again, I probably would have waited to arrive maybe a little bit later so you're not standing in that heat. But the lines went pretty quickly and the lines were pretty long when we got there, and it went really fast to get in. If you can get there really early, that might even be better. I don't remember what time they open. It's either 10 or 12, I don't remember. But if you can get there really early, do that too, and then you can chill the rest of the day and take it easy. I guess it just depends on, you know, your flight situation, when you can arrive, all of those things. But okay, next question. We only have 3 more questions left. So next question, is camp really loud? Yes, it definitely can be really loud. Like I mentioned though, we were in the turquoise lot, and I will say there were moments that it was quiet. Sometimes you have like some neighbors that are still going super hard, partying at like 8 in the morning. It really just depends on, what neighbors you have. So I would definitely bring earplugs. I mean, you should bring them either way, but yeah, that is one of the things about camp, is the party just never stops. And if you're like me, like I can't do that 24/7. I need to sleep, I need to rest, I need quiet time, I need time to like let my battery levels go back up, and my social batteries too. And so what I would do is I would put meditation music on in my AirPods, and that would kind of block out a little bit of the noise and I could get into a sleep. So, all right, pros and cons of camping. So let's start with the cons. I would just say the cons are probably how hot it gets. So you basically sleep during the day, right? Because you're out at the festival at night and it's just really hot during the day. So that's a con. Also, last year our AC like stopped working. I think it was Saturday during the day. It was really hot. So you just have to prepare for things not working or going out for a while or whatever. So that's a con. Another con would be is that it can get loud and it can get hard to just get it in a comfortable sleep. It's basically like gravel out there that everything is set on, and so it can be really uncomfortable if you don't pack proper sleeping arrangements. That's a con. Another con is, to be honest, like the only con is that it's just not as physically comfortable as a bed or a hotel would be, which is like obvious, but that's just the point of camping, right? Like, you know, it's not your norm, but that's okay. That's honestly like the only cons I can think of. Pros, the EDC vibes never end. It's like constant EDC vibes. You don't have to get in a car at all. Your entire time you're there, you just walk. You can leave the festival midway through if you're really tired. You're like, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna chill, go to my camp and just chill. You can go back to the festival. You just have the luxury of having all of your stuff so close to you at the festival. So if you're at the festival and you're really cold, you can go and get your jacket, or if you don't feel like carrying a bunch of stuff, you don't have to, because you can walk to and from. Just the vibes of being able to have that extra time during the day to go do a yoga class, go do an art class or whatever, be immersed in that, EDC vibes. There's just so many pros to EDC, like, I mean, to camp EDC. It's just insane. So those are my best ones, I would say. It's also just such an experience getting to have neighbors that are also attending the festival and meeting people at camp, and it just makes the experience like really magical. And I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's totally fine. You either love Camp EDC or you hate Camp EDC. There's just not really anything in the middle. I definitely think the pros a million times outweigh the cons. It's kind of like when you go camping, like out and wherever, like if you were to go camping in the mountains or something, it's obviously work to get there. It's work to set up your campsite. You're not eating your normal food, but that's just what makes the experience so magical, is you are kind of like taking a step out of reality and out of what is our norm, you know, like a comfortable bed and a warm shower and all of these things. But it's such for a short period of time that it's okay, and it's beautiful to take yourself out of your normal experience of life and like put yourself in something else and just make do. And I don't know, there's something really exciting about that, and I love that aspect. But again, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, last question is the best time to shower. So the best time to shower is probably at like 5 in the morning or whenever you are done with the festival. If you leave at 5 a.m. to walk back to your campsite, go shower. I know you're gonna be so exhausted, but it's gonna be worth it because those shower lines get massively packed around in the morning at like 9, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Like the lines get so long because people will just say, oh, I'm too tired to shower, whatever. And they'll wait till the next morning. Don't do that. The lines get long and it's hot. Just bite the bullet, just go take a shower, go with a friend, so like you don't have to go alone, and just get it over with, and then you can sleep good, you can wake up showered, and you don't have to worry about it. So that is what I recommend doing. That's what we did, and it was amazing. And I don't know, there was something kind of peaceful about going and showering in the middle of the night. Like it's like 5 a.m. and you're like getting out of the shower and like the sun's coming out, and like it's a crazy experience. Just vibes that you'll have to find out for yourself when you get there, but perfect timing. I'm like ready and all the questions are answered. But these are all of the questions, and I hope this gives you some inspiration for EDC. I hope this helps with your planning. EDC is literally just a gift from heaven, and I'm so thankful that there are opportunities like this for us to go and be ourselves and connect with other people and just be a child again. If you're going, let me know in the comments. I would love to meet you. And yeah, I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Love you.